I gotta surprise people on these platforms. I told them I wasn't going live for the night, and I was calling it a night. But then I brainstormed on something, and I was like, maybe I should do a live talking about everything, why everything is happening the way it's happening. How long has this been going on? And kind of brain pick some things that I do know a little bit. Try to switch it up a little bit. Anyways, uh, let's go on with where some of this started. So I've put some of this on here before and stuff. I've talked about this stuff before. Um, but this stuff is easy to research. This stuff is really easy to research. Okay. So let's turn this around. So like I said, or like I've been saying for a while, a lot of this stuff started last year. A lot of the warnings and stuff started last year. And the Pentagon has been reporting that we're on the verge of nuclear war since 2020. Went down for a long time. I started my channel at the end of 2020, but when I started my channel, it was an entertainment channel until after my mom died in 2021, where she told me to start, speaking the news that I speak to her, to the people, because I've been looking at stuff up for a long time. But yeah, they have been putting out the warning that we're on the verge of nuclear war. They have been putting out the warning that Russia's been more aggressive and China's been more aggressive. And they've put out several warnings last year and the year before about Russia and China, especially being threats. I mean, this was just on Fox News in 2018 about the new cyber strategy list. Russia and China as the biggest threats. And now look who's been cyber attacking us. It's been them two, especially Russia today, cyber attacking the United States. This all has history. This has been going on for a while, yes. So a lot of people have been seeing that. Right here, Russia and China are our biggest strategic threats. The Pentagon, I can only imagine what year that was said. Oh, 2020. 2020. Russia and China are our biggest strategic threat. Pentagon must partner with tech sector to keep us safe. So, and a lot of these would show, that Russia and the United States are cool. Going down. Pentagon, Russia and China are America's biggest military threats. Pentagon wants more resources to counter Russia and China threats. I can keep going down here showing you guys how all throughout these years, there's been multiple warnings about Russia and China, how the war would be affected. New report warns of Russia and Chinese laser threats. That was in 2019. So I can only imagine what their lasers look like now. Laser threats to U.S. satellites. Remember last year it was said that they attack our satellites every day. Watch, I bet you if I put that on, hold on. Let me put that on here. I want to show y'all proof that this has been going on. This ain't fear mongering or nothing. They've been building up to war. This has been on here for a while. No, I'm not blocked. I'm good. My one channel, my third backup channel got banned from live, but that's not a big deal. I got 2 to 3 other channels I can go live on, and 4 if I really want to go live on Instagram. I'm not worried about that. That's little stuff. TikTok, that's stuff TikTok does. Let's see. Attack on satellite. All right, let's see. China building space drone to swarm attack satellite. Oh, wow. Yeah, all right, let's go down. This is the one I was talking about right here from Independent. This is from our general, our top general. Says China and Russia are attacking United States satellites with lasers and jammers every day. Now, if people have been on my channel for a while, they will remember this article from, I believe, back in, I was going to say November, but December works too. Oh, that was the day after my birthday. Wow, China will overtake the United States in space in the space race by the end of the decade. So, giving y'all a little recap. Giving y'all a little recap that they've put the warnings out there. United States satellites are constantly under attack, and China may become a dominant space power by the end of the decade, the Space Force general says. The threats are really growing and expanding every single day. Every single day. So I'm wondering if that still applies to now. We had Donald Trump. He warned of World War III 3 times this year. Donald Trump has. And if people don't want to listen to Biden, I kind of expected them to at least listen to him. And I mean, his supporters probably are listening. I don't know. But he is also putting out the warning. Him and Elon Musk and George Soros and Kissinger and all these guys. There will be nothing left. Trump issues World War III warning and a call for immediate end to war. So Trump's talking about World War III, saying there'll be nothing left of our planet. And he's saying it right here. It could be accidentally sparked over Ukraine. He also said that earlier this year, September 27th. No, not earlier. That was just last month. But yeah, he keeps saying it because he knows how bad this can get. The man was in charge of these weapons. So, so people like to say that NATO ain't involved in this war, though we've been training troops. We've been Polish little side mercenaries have been jumping into the war in Ukraine. United States mercenaries and other mercenaries from NATO territories have jumped into the war already. As Russia said, they are not just fighting Ukraine; they are fighting NATO soldiers inside of Ukraine. You know that there has to be some truth about it because NATO is heavily supporting Ukraine. They are giving them intelligence. They are showing them where to hit. They are, pretty much telling Ukraine, kind of what to do in some of these manners. Now, of course, Ukraine's fighting their own war, but I'm saying they have help. It's not like they're beating Russia by themselves. No, they have major help from NATO. Right here, I wanted to show y'all that this has been going on for a while. 2 battalions of Polish army entered Ukraine. This was May 2022. 2 battalions of Polish army entered the territory of Ukraine. So this ain't no fake news. Like everybody's trying to make it out to be. This has actually happened, and people don't know my when I talk about this. I've been talking about this for a while. That Poland has been in Ukraine. At least 2 battalions of Polish army military personnel were transferred to the territory of Ukraine. The latter include anti-tank guns, artillery, armored vehicles, and etc. While the military itself is already located in the territory of Dnipropetrovsk or reason, whatever. I ain't here to freaking go on Ukraine territories. But the information on this subject was voiced by Russian war correspondent. So, like I said, even the Russians know that Poland is in Ukraine. This is why they're always saying that they're at war with NATO. A couple of days ago, it's become known that the arrival of 2 Polish battalions in a region equipped with MT-12 Replier and 100 towards the anti-tank gun and armored personnel carriers and American armored cars. Wow. Okay, so that's one of the things. And Belarus have been putting this out there the whole time. Hey, Poland and NATO is being aggressive with us too. They're after our country too. They're going to try to shut down our country too. And this is why we will use all means of the Russian military to attack these territories too. Belarus have been crying this off for a while. That NATO has been right there watching them, doing nuclear strike drills on their border. They've done it with Russia as well. Not saying that Russia and or NATO is the bad guy. I'm just telling y'all what they're doing. That don't make either side the bad guy. That just make them, well, provoking each other, poking each other, daring each other to do a move. Russia does it to NATO. Russia does it to NATO as well. They've simulated strikes on NATO. They've done drills all around Japan. They've done drills off the coast of Alaska and right by Hawaii with China. Biden appears to reveal U.S. troops training Ukraine forces in Poland. Yeah, I bet they are. I bet they are. So I just wanted to show y'all that Poland troops are in Ukraine. And they are helping with the fighting. And I can tell you, hold on, give me a second. That the SAS is also in the Ukraine. Russia's investigated this. They've already found and took out a couple of these soldiers. But yes, SAS, which are British forces, are in Ukraine as well. Posing as medics, huh? It's official. SAS troops are training Ukrainian soldiers. SAA troops are training Ukrainian soldiers how to use anti-tank missiles. Or are y'all using them yourselves? It will always be covered up. Nobody would ever tell you the truth. Most of the stuff is classified anyway, so you kind of gotta pick your own brain with this stuff. British SAS troops on the ground in Ukraine training soldiers. British SAS soldiers are training troops on the Ukrainian territory. All this within April, June. People, man. We could try the U.S. I don't hear much about U.S. troops. When they say U.S. troops, they usually talk about foreign fighters. Now we could talk about the CIA being in Ukraine. Oh, I remember that. I remember Biden said that U.S. troops will be in Ukraine, and what they would see on their, they might be on secret missions there. They probably took their patches off. U.S. paramilitary forces on the ground in Ukraine. Well, that's another one. Damn. Dozens of U.S. ex-personnel are operating on the ground in Ukraine. But if I go to CIA, let's try CIA. Show y'all different ways to search this stuff up, because you got to know some groups in here. Yep, secret CIA training program in Ukraine helped Kyiv prepare. Let's see, CIA, let's see, ops commandos in Ukraine. Can we just admit we are fighting the Russians? Yeah, I mean, CIA is part of the United States agency. CIA and Western Special Commandos are in Ukraine. CIA and Western Special Ops are in Ukraine. CIA agents are on the ground directing the war in Ukraine. New York Times confirms. So, I mean, come on, dude. We know they're in the ground. Putin is fighting American. Putin is fighting Polish. Putin is fighting our weaponry. Putin is fighting. I mean, we're getting involved in a historic battle. Now, why do a lot of Americans say that this is not our battle? Because we have nothing to do with this. This has nothing to do with American history. This has nothing to do with our culture. This has nothing to do. We're just provoking it, to be honest. This is history between Ukraine and Russia, and most countries settle their own history disputes by themselves, because history always repeats itself. I'm pretty sure Germany and Russia's next. And whose side is Germany on? America's. So who's going to be twice as pissed at us for stepping into this mess? Russia. This is not our war, people. I don't care what side you're on. I know if you want Ukraine to win, then root for Ukraine. Don't root for the United States to step into this, because then it will be Armageddon. Must we recognize that a nuclear war between the United States and Russia would destroy this planet? This ain't fear mongering. This is stuff that's been around and been said for a long, long, long time. If Russia and the United States ever get dragged into a conflict where they end up going into an all-out war with each other, they have technologies to end this planet. This rock that we stand on, this earth, our civilized culture, religion, all that will be gone. Everything you've ever worked for, everything our ancestors worked for, will be gone. And people continuously ask for this. They're warning you over and over, like, okay, dude, they got enough atomic bombs, nuclear bombs that are modernized, have more destructive capability, megatons on top of megatons of explosive potential. They're just waiting to use it. They haven't used it yet because that day hasn't come. They had no reason to use it. No war in the past has nothing to do with the war right now. The war right now is seeming like America versus America versus Russia and China. And this is what's bound to happen. This is the new history. This will be the battle for the control of the world. This will be the battle for who's the most powerful on this planet. And the problem with this battle is nobody wins. They want to win, but nobody will. And humans got to learn that themselves. Seems like humans always want to do stuff They don't know what's going to happen. Don't push that red button. Eventually, that person's going to keep looking at that red button. I wonder what it does. Why do they keep telling me not to push this red button? Boop, do. And then it'll be crazy. How many times have we said we do not want to fight a nuclear war? Nobody should ever fight a nuclear war. And that's why America and Russia must avoid war with each other. That was at the beginning of this year, right? But lately, they have been settling down on talking about avoiding war with Russia, meaning that they're starting to liken the idea because things are just getting that bad. Europe's about to have a horrible winter. Liz Truss approval ratings are negative 47. How do you have negative 47 of approval ratings, bro? That means you're just not approved. You're declined, bro. You're dismissed. Negative 47? That's horrible. Europe's about to have a horrible winter. And Ukraine is too. Y'all think the West is just going to sit here? The West is just going to sit here and be like, okay, Russia, destroying all the power plants, huh? It's getting cold in Ukraine. It's about to get cold in Ukraine, Russia. I mean, you need to stop this. These are war crimes. NATO's not going to be sitting to the side much longer. So it's either Russia's going to make the move or NATO is, guys. We're down to that point where war's about to break out. And it's going to be NATO or Russia that makes the move. China could still do it. I ain't doubting China. But it's seeming like Russia got the balls right now. Russia got the world frozen, wondering what they're going to do next. Oh my God, is Vladimir Putin going to nuke the world? Oh my gosh, is the United States going to step in and protect us? What happens to Americans if the United States step in? So many questions that's not being answered. If the United States steps in, it will be Armageddon. I will answer that for you. It will be Armageddon. Biden said it himself. Trump is saying it. If the United States ever gets involved in this war with Ukraine and Russia, which there already are, it will be Armageddon. So what are we setting up for? Armageddon. How's this end? Armageddon. Will they find a deal on Ukraine? Well, Russia annexed them territories. Do you expect NATO to recognize them territories? No, you don't. There's no fucking way they will recognize them territories. They're still giving Ukraine weapons to hit them territories. Russian or not. So now NATO is at a direct war with Russia. I gotta simplify this for people that it doesn't click in. We're at war with Russia already. That's why they're talking about annexing the United States, and this ain't a joke. Let me look that up. Let me show that. Let me put part of Russia. It's crazy. People ain't seeing this mess, but this stuff is really freaking, all right, there we go. Let me see if it'll show down. State Duma. State Duma. Yes, I'm a one finger typer sometimes. Yep, here it is, Newsweek. The United States that wish to join Russia will be considered, says Duma. That's their Congress. The State Duma of Russia is like the Congress of the United States. They are the ones that vote on stuff like this. So let's say Alaska wants to be part of Russia. Hey, let's vote it in the Duma. Let's have a vote and poll in Alaska. Alaska votes for it. Hey, we want to be part of Russia. Okay, well, let's move our Russian troops and equipment over to Alaska. People think it's out of the ordinary, but if they're asking for it, that means it's on the table. They're thinking about it. Now, they didn't say Alaska. They say any U.S. states that want to be part of Russia, it will be considered. That's crazy. Oh, I guess they say they can join Russia now. Moscow official, American states pursuing cession can join Russia. A senior member of the State Duma, Russia's parliament, recently suggested American states that wanted to cede from the Union and garner consideration for joining the Russian Federation. The State Duma deputy Alexander had reportedly viewed the result of an informal online poll which revealed some Americans wanted their states to break free from the United States. He told Russian News that if the states vacated America's Republic of 50 and wanted to join forces with Russia, Moscow would likely welcome such a landmark move. Wow. Bro, can y'all imagine? Could y'all imagine if the United States... This is crazy to talk about. We were talking about this live and on TikTok, but this is like wild. So they're asking U.S. states if, they want to become part of Russia. If they vote away from the United States, they can join part of Russia. And this is not only on just Newsmax. I just showed y'all American source, News Now, or... Yeah, I think it was Newsweek. Newsweek also said it as well. And here's multiple others. U.S. states that wish to join Russia will be considered. Crazy, man. Yeah, this definitely gonna be hectic. Especially if Russia has the balls to go through with trying to take part of the United States. But yeah, this is Newsweek, the Newsweek version of it, just showing y'all that there's multiple talking about it. Newsweek, that's an American source right here, also saying it. U.S. states wish to join Russia will be considered. But, that's why you gotta look back, because remember Alaska was on the table. Alaska, let's try this. All right. Don't forget, back in July, July, the Russian politicians said they want to take back Alaska. People laughed at that back then. Now they're talking about annexing the United States if they break away from the states. They were talking about taking Alaska back and Fort Ross, which is part of California. Hold on, let me put Fort Ross. I couldn't wait to do this live because I like to talk about the, right here. Russian lawmakers suggest taking back California's Fort Ross. Lawmakers suggest taking back North Bay's Fort Ross and pay back for U.S. sanctions. Remember? All that was this year. And now, Russian lawmaker demands U.S. return Alaska and California's Fort Ross. What are you guys going to do about it if we don't? Y'all going to annex them and make them have a vote and then come and try to invade our territory? We're not Ukraine. We're not Ukraine. Now, guys, y'all, this is how I look stuff up. I'm really smart. If I can't find something towards the date, I will go to the date towards it. If I want to find the most recent news, then I will type in the United States and Russia. Like I will show y'all right now. There's probably some breaking news today. Who knows? Let me show you how I do this right now. This is how I do my research. And then sometimes I'll go through Russia's websites. I know the TASS website. I know RT and all that. And I know how to get into their constitution, which I will show y'all that in a second, how to go to their Duma website to see what bills they have on the table or what moves they're making. But if I put the United States and Russia, and then I go over here, just put this past day, it will show you everything from today that happens. Biden slams Russia for brutal missile attacks and vows to defend Ukraine. That's the first thing that I see on here. Let's see what I'm saying. I go over here, I save this. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, let me hurry up and... this is something that needs to be reviewed. I'll go to 24/7 War News, which is my international news website, or I'll go to GR and check those out too. Biden blasted Russia on Monday for its level of missile attacks on Ukrainian cities and vowed to stand by Kyiv to repel the invasion. What does that mean? What does that mean, Mr. President? What do you mean you're going to help defend Ukraine? I know you said you're going to send Patriot defense systems there. Ain't those also used to... Never mind. I wonder if Americans will wake up. They were already started giving Poland some of our homeland air defense systems for our homeland. So, showing a little depletion of our military, that we got to start giving our own security to other countries. U.S. faces increased pressure to help Ukraine with air defense. Yeah, I know. Now y'all about to do it. As U.S. and Russian troops are shaking hands in Syria and all that. It's crazy. But yeah, I was just showing y'all the things up to now. How much wild this is getting. And this is... Adronimus begs world leaders to stop attack on the United States worse than a Cold War. I was gonna put on here that Russia and the United States, their ties right now are worse than the Cold War. People compare it to the Cold War, but it's worse because they're getting ready to fight. They're getting ready to fight. Let me see if this will pop up on here though. Oh, maybe it's because I put then. Maybe it's then. There we go. No, that's not working either. Oh, that's because I got past day in. I was wondering why. I'm like, come on, man. They just posted this article a couple of days. There was one that just came out where a Russian minister says the United States and Russian ties are worse than the Cold War, but they've been saying this since last year. But they really said it in the Duma today that let me put nonsense. Let me try to put nonsense. See if it comes up. Let me see. It might be through this. But yeah, I know I got the article still on my phone. But yeah, Russia said that the ties with the United States are even worse than the Cold War. Oh, wait, maybe it was a Cuban Missile Crisis. Maybe it wasn't the Cold War. That's why I didn't say. Cuban Missile Crisis. What's up, guys? I'm hearing people say, Jay, what's going on? I'll search in a second. I don't think he's watching the chat. Javante, breaking news. Missile attack in Zaporizhzhia. 17 explosions in Zaporizhzhia. Okay. All right, let me check on it now. Sorry, yeah, I was in the zone. All right, finally, I found it anyway. Like I said, the Russian says the situation with the United States is much worse than the Cuban Missile Crisis. This was on October 7th, so this was a couple days ago, like 3 days ago, when they said this. Then y'all know that this is legit. And then they started showing the videos of the Cuban Missile Crisis, how bad it was, and how it compares to now. So let's go to the Zaporizhzhia thing and see what's going on with that. All right, Zaporizhzhia says 43 killed in a week. That's not that. What's your goal today, Jade? My goal is 10. All right, I might have to go to my 24/7 War News, my other one. Oh wait, let me just hit the Zaporizhzhia mirror. Put the Zaporizhzhia mirror in. So they're saying the mayor said it. He warned the residents to remain in shelter after the attack. Ukrainian officials assailed the city of Zaporizhzhia are reporting casualties from Russian overnight attack. Also, even more casualties now. Civilian killed in a night missile attack on Zaporizhzhia. Okay, yeah, so here it is. As of 6 o'clock, one person was killed. Y'all said it was 17 missiles. Let me put 17 missiles. The more information you put in, the better. "23 are wounded. Russia hit apartment buildings in Zaporizhzhia. I think they're stuck reporting yesterday and today, so it might be getting crossed in the loop. But yeah. 17 killed in Russian strikes on Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia city. Okay. All right, I'm just making sure. But anyways, I wanted to go in here and give y'all a little rehash of all this stuff, show y'all that this ain't the first time they were talking about this stuff. Stuff's been going on for a while, guys. For a while. Things are getting crazy in the world, man. Anyways, I'm about to take a chill pill tonight and relax my buns. But remember the golden rule: love, unity, and peaceful life. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for listening to the broadcast. I will save this so people can go back and rewatch this. And yeah, stay prepared, stay aware, and don't be scared.